So another Thanksgiving out here off-grid, working my ass off. So here is our fence, which it's almost finished. Right here. It lights up really nice during the night time. We've got some really cool solar lights from Harbor Freight that are really cool. These are 20-foot strings with 10 lights on each one, and they're all solar power. These things are great so far. We have lights here that shine up at the fence, which out here in the middle of nowhere when it's pretty much pitch dark at times. We got a lot of finishing touches that we need to put on this fence. So today we've had a generator failure, which now we're on our backup generator. We literally have 3 generators just in case. Our big one is a 6500 from Harbor Freight. We've had it for about a year. Then we have a Power Smart, which is a small inverter generator that's a rock star. This is the second one of these that we've had. It's just big enough to back up our charge inverter. We have an EG4 charge inverter that charges a bank of 4 lithium iron phosphate batteries. They're also EG4. Straight from Signature Solar in Texas, Sulphur Springs, Texas. We have Grow Watt inverters. One of our inverter, I can't remember what brand it is, it's black and blue, and they thought it was, pushed it on the internet how great it was. Spent $900 on it. It's the biggest piece of shit I've ever owned. You can only push about 150 volts of PV into it. The output is great, but there's just sides of it that really suck. Their customer service is horrible too. So you can see our fence from here. The problem with being off grid like this is you run into neighbor issues, and that's what we've ran into. That's the reason why we have built our beautiful wall down here. Nobody's tried to jump over it yet. So also, because of how uncomfortable people make my wife, we have installed sunshades also up here as a barrier wall up close to our cabin, because people would stand down here within eye shot and be able to see the front door of our cabin, literally. Again, this is an issue when you're out here in the middle of nowhere and you have people move in around you. You've been the first one out here, then all of a sudden people move in here. They think that you should live like they do, and we pretty much refuse to. We're living comfortably in some ways or another off-grid. So these are 50-foot sunshades, each one of them, and it keeps prying eyes out of the area. We've got these people beside our place in the middle of the night. It's sometimes things get a little scary out here for people that just, you know, a lot of psychos, a lot of druggies, a lot of people that want to hide from the law come out to these areas, and it ruins it for people like us. They try to make you look like the bad guy, and it's really the other way around. Again, here's my Kubota tractor that I spent a lot of money on to be able to do all of this. Every bit of this, every tree was cut down by our hands, our saws, our chainsaws. We burned up a lot of name brand saws. This Kubota, we bought it brand spanking new, and it is a rock star for its size. I bought a stump bucket for it, which is imperative to have out here. You can use it for other things other than digging up tree stumps. I've used it more than anything, digging tree stumps and digging trenches and digging footings for my fence. We have a very rocky area. This area, we're trying to get everything ready. We've got a contract on the house at this point in time, and we're looking at trying to sell this, but we'll see. But it's another holiday weekend, or holiday off-grid Oklahoma. So today we're doing water. So right here I have a 275 gallon tank. Whenever we don't catch enough water for our water catch system, we'll have to go into our local town, which is Tallahena, Oklahoma, which is about 12 minutes away. So we'll fill up at the local, it's pretty much where all the construction people pick up water. It's a bulk water station. So what we do, we have a small pump here, Harbor Freight pump. It looks like crap because it's been out in the weather. So we basically go from this pump, from the tank, through garden hose into our catch tank there. And then we also have a shower stall for outside stuff as well. And that's pretty much the water catch system. This is the life and blood of our solar system. These are EG4 batteries. I'm doing some rewiring things, so things are kind of a mess today. Here's our charge inverter. This is made by EG4, and this will run off of 110 or 220. It backs up your battery so you don't have to, without going into crazy explanation, this is one of the best things EG4 ever made. For lithium iron phosphate batteries. This is a Renogy inverter. These things are a hunk of crap. We're using it just as an inverter solely right now. This is a Grow Watt 3000 watt inverter. This thing is amazing. That one came from Signature Solar as well. So this is one of the new gadgets. Actually, I bought this last year and I really haven't even tried it out until today. So I'm running it off of solar. It's 12 volt. It's a small diesel heater. Right now I've been running it for 4 hours and 45 minutes roughly. Again, it's running off a 12 volt solar panel, inverter, solar controllers, cheap solar controllers, and 2 6-volt batteries. So I'm about at, I've used about a quarter of a tank right now, going on almost 5 hours. So they said in the reviews basically about 16 hours on one tank. So it's keeping this shop, I mean, it's keeping the shop very warm. It's got an exhaust, it's got an intake. They're very easy to put together. They're very easy to wire. We're going to wire one of these on our ferret shed, or our ferret cabin. And this is how we're going to heat this shop building and the ferret cabin. This is going to be redone basically, so that pipe gets really hot. So again, this is just the test bench for it. This will be prettied up a whole lot when I change things around.